Progressive overload is kind of like, mind-muscle connection, time under tension that I discussed in my previous video, where it's one of these things that's crucially important for your success, but at the same time, terribly misunderstood and misapplied to the point where some people just take it and run with it in the wrong direction or down the wrong paths. So that's why I wanted to take a more practical and successful look at progressive overload and what it really means for you and getting the results you want. The first thing to understand is that progressive overload isn't just necessarily load. I know it kind of connotates like how much you can lift, but how much you can lift is just one progressive variable. There's a lot more to moving that needle forward and helping you get closer to your results than one variable, whatever it may be. And that's the first thing we really want to understand, because the more tunnel vision you get on just one thing, like how much you can lift or how many repetitions you can do, the more you may be kind of turning a blind eye to a lot of potential opportunity to keep things moving forward. Plus, the other things that you may be ignoring may actually be holding you back. So no matter how much you stay focused on that one variable, the more you stay in a perpetual plateau because you're not addressing those other weak links. The other point is that progression in that progressive overload doesn't necessarily come from an external factor. It's not the weight on the bar or a program or some sort of new routine or something. Instead, it's actually more up here. So essentially what it is your brain is saying, okay, body, I know you did something a certain way. Now, next time I need you to step up and do it somehow better and improved. And this can be any number of things. It can be, yes, do it with 5 more pounds, or do 5 more reps, or run a faster lap around the track, so you're taking off a few seconds. Or it could be even more subtle, like do it with a slower tempo or a faster tempo, or lift your leg higher. Whatever it is, it's just saying this is what you did, and now here's how I need you to change what you did in some small way. But the real million-dollar question is, what kind of change is going to help you accomplish your goal? Because progression, just for the sake of moving forward, doesn't necessarily ensure that you're going in the right direction. And you can walk forward in any direction on the compass, but if you have a specific goal, you could be going towards that goal, or you could even be walking away from it. That's why it's so important you know exactly what goal you want, so you go toward that specific destination. 2, you don't get distracted by other objectives that say, no, go in this direction, and no, care about this other thing. And lastly is know what progressive variables you should focus on to get in that direction or towards that objective, because some things may not matter that much, even though they matter for other things. For example, if you're trying to burn a lot of fat and calories, the actual routine that you follow may not be all that important as long as you're burning the calories. But on the other hand, if you're more interested in, say, lowering your golf handicap, how many calories you burn during a travel trip to the driving range may not be that important, so you shouldn't focus on that too much. And knowing exactly what to focus on for the progression of your specific goal is way beyond the scope of this video, and I'll be addressing that in my next episode of the Red Delta Project podcast, where I can devote more time to it. But in the meantime, check out my book, Smart Bodyweight Training, where I talk about how to create a specific neural code for the objective of either building muscle and strength, burning fat and calories, or improving your functional capacity. As always, thoughts, comments, and questions down below are welcome. Thank you very much for your attention. As always, be fit, live free.